The responses from motherboard makers following AMD's statement about recent Ryzen burnout issues have been swift. From Asus, Gigabyte, MSI and Biostar, each vendor is providing an important update to mitigate the issue. Let's look at these updates and how they may help users stay safe. Asus reminds users that Ryzen 7000 x 3D processors don't allow for CPU ratio or core voltage tuning, but do support PBO2 and EXPO, which increase soak voltage to ensure the processor can cope with demands asked of it. To ensure safety, Asus has now limited the maximum available soak voltage to 1.3 volts. Biostar has produced a BIOS update that restricts direct voltage to CPU vCore voltage, CPU soak voltage, and CPU miscellaneous voltage, essentially preventing overvoltage and reducing the risk of damage to the 7000 x 3D series CPUs. Gigabyte has released a beta BIOS, which closely follows what AMD has advised. As Gigabyte states, users will still benefit from the foremost performance of Ryzen 7000X 3D CPUs, even with the restrictions. Similarly, MSI has disabled the 7000 x 3D core over voltage feature in their BIOS to prevent any risk of damage. MSI reminds users to be cautious with CPU voltage usage while they wait for a more permanent solution. To understand more of the AMD Ryzen burnout issue, it's worth doing some research and reading all the latest information, or you could always check our comprehensive article. In short, all of the major players in the AM5 motherboard market have released a statement, and BIOS updates may well be available since the announcement. Make sure you're aware of the risks, update your BIOS and be careful with voltage usage wherever possible. Hopefully, we should see a more permanent solution from AMD in the near future.